From the beginning, Senzo Mchunu has worked very hard to deny knowledge of one Brown Mokgotsi. He went to parliament and he denied knowing the man. However, later on, he came and said, well, I know the man as a comrade. Things now are becoming even more clearer, and it's becoming very difficult for Mchunu to deny knowing Brown Mokgotsi. Now, all of a sudden, Senzo Mchunu admits that he knows Mokgotsi beyond him just being a comrade. In fact, he even has his number, and he admits receiving the messages from Brown Mokgotsi, and he said he actually read the messages. It's getting very much interesting, and I don't know where else Mr. Senzo Mchunu can hide at this point, because it seems almost everything that Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi told the nation on the 6th of July is actually true. And Senzo Mchunu himself is admitting to all of that. Let's listen to Senzo Mchunu as he speaks his side of the story.
Minister, is that the clip you wanted played? And it sounds like it corresponds with your response to the Portfolio Committee, which is at page 160 of the paginated papers, at 136 of the type pages, from about line 7 or 8, where you said, but I think I picked up something that Provincial Commissioner Mkhwanazi is saying about some fellow 2 weeks ago, and it does happen in a week, 2 or 3. I think a week and a half ago, I got somebody insisting that there's somebody going around saying he works with me wherever I am. He is there. I said, show me the face. And it got to a point, he showed me the face, and I told him, I don't know this person. And just earlier, we've already referred to Mkhwanazi, who got a phone call. That's at page 143 from line 1314. He said, this is Mkhwanazi, on 29 October, to be precise, I received a phone call, Chair, a phone call and a message that came from a gentleman who said to me he is a close associate of the Minister of the Police, and that is Mr. Brown. He referred to himself as Brown Mokgotsi. This Mr. Brown Mokgotsi, who had described himself as a close associate to the Minister, indicated to me, which made me believe that it is a close associate of the Minister, because he said to me he was joining the Minister of Police to visit the Lusikisiki massacre, and that happened last year, and because I did not trust him, I called the Chief of Staff to try and establish who is this gentleman. And the Chief of Staff did confirm to me that indeed he is a very person close to the Minister of Police. But what surprised me about this gentleman is that he then indicated to me on a message that he sent me when he said there is an internal attempt to discredit me through the defeating the ends of justice case. Anyway, the rest is not particularly relevant. Okay. So you also wanted to deal. You also wanted to deal with your responses, which is that you gave to the Ethics Committee. You recall that there was a complaint that was lodged by Honourable Member Schikkeling, which to the committee, and if you could just turn to Annexure SM2 at page 540, it's Annexure in Volume 2 to your witness statement. Do you have it in front of you there? At page 541, this is from your affidavit in paragraph 8. You reference the exact time of the recording. And then you also refer to your response, which I've where you just to, in the last sentence, I think we must be very circumspect when people come to us and say, I'm an associate of this and that. I'm no associate to the person that General Mkhwanazi referred to. Then you say at paragraph 12, I deem it prudent to mention that following the Provincial Commissioner's address, the chairperson of the Portfolio Committee did not pose any questions or comment, and neither did he afford the honourable members an opportunity to do so. Had there been a direct question from any member asking me whether I know Mr. Brown Mokgotsi, I would have answered in the affirmative. And then at paragraph 13, subsequent to the Portfolio Committee sitting, I was made aware of an audio recording between myself and someone I had spoken to. I do confirm that the telephone conversation is true, but unbeknown to me, it was being recorded. In that recording, the person had asked me a direct question, which was not asked in the Portfolio Committee meeting, on whether I know Mr. Brown Mokgotsi, to which I responded that he was just a comrade from Northwest and not my close associate. Further stating in isiZulu, and the translation loosely is, I do not smoke tobacco with him, emphasizing that he was not a close associate of mine. And then he said the recording is available on TikTok. I think there was an attempt to make it available, but he couldn't get the audio. And then at paragraph 15 on page 554, you thereafter issued a statement on the 9th of July titled Statement in Response to Allegations Regarding the Minister's Alleged Association with Mr. Matlala and Mr. Mokgotsi. In that statement, I mentioned that I do know and have met Mr. Brown Mokgotsi, but further mentioned that he's just a comrade and not an associate of mine. And then at paragraph 17, you refer to the Oxford Dictionary and the difference between an associate and a comrade. You said, associate and comrade, as per the Oxford Dictionary, the word associate, which is a noun, means a partner or companion in business or at work, whilst the word comrade, which is also a noun, refers to a colleague or a fellow member of an organization. It is in this context that I denied Mr. Brown Mokgotsi being an associate of mine. Close or otherwise, I rather stated that he is a comrade, as we are members of the same political party and have engaged on party and service delivery matters on a number of occasions. Do you want to elaborate any further, Minister?
Thank you very much, Chair, and thank you very much, Evidence Leader and honorable members. As you heard, in the Portfolio Committee of the 5th of March, after all other reports, I was asked by the Chair whether I wished to make comments, and I made 4 comments. The first comment that I made says, I was approached by somebody who says there's somebody who goes around as per the clip, saying they work with me and they travel with me. And I asked to see the photo. In fact, we had a small conversation, after which I said, I wish I could see the fellow. And he called, and then he showed me the photo. Now, I don't mention where this happened, and I don't mention who the person on the photo was, partly because with time constraints, and I wasn't necessary. That was not the focus of the Portfolio Committee. So I was just relating a story, my story. So now that I'm here, I need to make it clear. The person that was on the photo was not Brown Mokgotsi, even though I didn't say it that way in the Portfolio Committee, but it wasn't. That's why on looking at the photo, I say, I don't know this person, which is not Mokgotsi, It's another person that I didn't know. So I said to the fellow showing me on his cell phone, I don't know this person, because I thought they might have cloned a face of one of my staff members for one reason or the other. So I passed. That's my first comment. There is no way that that reference was a lie because it was my story. I was sharing it with the portfolio committee, leading to somewhere. What is the second comment that I make? Second comment is that I tell another story, which is the second story of somebody phoning me while I was at work somewhere about somebody who is talking to people in Witbank, saying he's my younger brother. Then I say to that person, I don't have a younger brother in that context because he perished in 2005. So deal with the fellow who is using my name to that person that was talking to me. There's the second comment that I made. And there's no way it can be a lie because I was talking about what had happened to me. And the third comment is then I make a caution to the portfolio committee to say we should be circumspect. That's the word, that's the term I used. We should be circumspect when your name is dropped here and there. It doesn't mean that it is like that. Having related those two personal stories or personal experiences. Then I make the fourth comment. Now, directly relating to what General Mkhwana has said about Mokgotsi being my associate. So I say the person that General Mkhwana is referring to is not my associate, it's just a comrade. This is now Mokgotsi directly. Now, so that is what I did. Now, what do I mean by, what was my personal understanding about an associate, even today? I know a number of honorable members here, others for many, many, many years. But they may not necessarily be my associates, at least the way I understand associate. They are people that I know. Like Honorable Albert Mwangu, I knew him long ago, when we're vehemently opposed to each other in KZN. But I have never regarded him as my associate. It's just somebody I know.
Thank you.
Now, that is what I was explaining there. And there's no way I could have lied there because the two comments are my personal story. The third comment is a precaution, to be circumspect. And the last comment is then to deny. Now, what complicated things in my view is that when General Mkhwana made his statement on the 6th of July, he then tells the public something twisted. He says, Minister Mchunu said he doesn't know Brown Mokgotsi in Parliament, which I never said. I never said. But he tells the public something twisted, saying, I said in Parliament, I don't know Mokgotsi. When I actually said I don't know the person who was on the phone, not Mokgotsi, and that was not Mokgotsi. He told that to fit his narrative, if he was not making a genuine error on his part, one of the two, he can explain what he was doing, whether it was an error or he said something to the public that was calculated to suit his narrative. I never said in the portfolio committee, I don't know Mokgotsi. I said he is not my associate. Somewhere, I think it was in here in the portfolio committee or no, in the ad hoc committee or in the Madanga Commission, he said it doesn't differentiate between knowing. He even spoke about a friend, the difference between a friend, knowing, comrade. He said something like it's similar to him. That is to him, not to me. I differentiate. That's why I use the dictionary to say, in fact, from where I sit, once you say associate, I would think of some partnership, some work relations.
I think, Minister, I think I, as evidence leader, I accept that you know him and that he is not an associate of yours, as you explained, and that he's a comrade. I think I understand the difference between the two.
Okay.
An associate is a bit closer in a business sense or some other sense where there's some kind of relationship. So
Yes,
that is...
I do want to conclude, though, and say, when I heard that there are members of this Honorable House who have taken me to the Ethics Committee and Code of Conduct, after which I was given a deadline to submit an affidavit, I did so, freely so. But, well, up to now, I haven't been called and so on. But I did make an effort to clarify this matter. And it is the first time I clarify this matter as I do in an organized fashion since Mkhwana has made that statement.
So you're satisfied that your
I'm
response has
satisfied,
now
except
been...
the issue of the lady. That lady pretended to be worried about what was happening between me and General Mkhwana as after the IP'd kind of conduct to him, speaking like she wanted to sort of bring about an understanding so that we could, from where she sits, reconcile, which I was fine with. I said, okay, I will brief you. So I briefed her, relaxed and so on for quite some time, 30 to 40 minutes. And I didn't know that she was recording me. Now, I only learned the following day that she was actually recording me. And then when I followed up, I realized that she was on a platform that is associated or is said to be administered by somebody who is a member of MKP, that is Umkhonto weSizwe Party. So I thought this lady must have been a sniper of sorts, thinking that I would sort of say something that she would have needed. And I just, unknowing to me that she was recording, just stuck to what we were discussing until the end. But underlying the fact that in the conversation between her and myself about Brown Mokgotsi, I do say Angbeminai, not requested by her, out of volition. Explaining myself, I said, Angbeminai, and this is Zulu, when you say Angbeminai, you mean you are not close. It's known by everybody that in this Zulu, when you say Angbeminai,
So, Mr. Minister...
You are not an associate. That's what I need to explain.
Honourable Minister, can we just move a bit forward? We have a limited time. But I just want to be satisfied that you said about Mokgotsi. So for how long have you known Mokgotsi?
Since 2017.
2017. And you know him as a comrade who's in the same political party?
Only. I in the period, I've never asked him whether he's married or not. I've never gone to his home. I've never gone to look at soccer or restaurant. I've never inquired about his personal life, whether he's employed or not employed, because we just occasionally talk about this and that. Thank you.
So, can I just put something to you, which comes from one of the other witnesses who will testify? It is, I suppose, legally speaking, double hearsay, but this is your platform. This is an opportunity for you to respond to it, and the witness who will be called will also be questioned about it. But this witness says that he was told that you had met. That you, Mokgotsi, and Vusi Matlala had met, and that Matlala was also sponsoring your son. Apparently, you have what's it called? A trust or something. Okay. So, excuse me, Mr. No, but apparently the evidence will be that you had met with Mokgotsi and Matlala. Have you ever met with them in together in one room on one occasion?
Never. I've never met Matlala alone. I've never met him in the company of Mokgotsi, and possibly in any other capacity. He's not somebody that I know. He's not somebody that I've spoken to directly or indirectly. He's not somebody that I've had anything to do with Matlala. So I don't know him.
Oh, yeah. So, Minister, if I may just turn to, can I take you to Exhibit Bundle 3, EB 7. That is an extract of the WhatsApps that we sourced from the Madlanga Commission. These are extracts from the WhatsApp bundle. And on page 78, at the bottom, there appears to be, these are WhatsApp from Mokgotsi. The bottom, there, it seems to be a WhatsApp address to you. And then on page 78, this appears to be addressed to you. Minister, I'm going to get the case number and this judgment for you. Now we got something proven by the court. This is the matter now which either Sabia or the minister can charge Kumalo and apply Rule 9 of the disciplinary hearing. It took the Constitutional Court to release a man who was sentenced to life imprisonment through a forced Section 204 confession. Imagine, Comrade Senzo, after 30 years of democracy, having this kind of policing. The good thing is now that there is not, these are not allegations, but a court judgment. These are apparently signal messages. Then on the following page, 80, there's a WhatsApp, Sunday the 26th. Morning, Minister. I'm in Durban and can confirm that they got nothing on Phoenix Saga, and our contact says they couldn't even go to any bank. By the way, the girl is here also. Tomorrow we are signing the practice notes on the Northwest PEC matter for the SCA in PTA with Senior Counsel. The matter will be a month from tomorrow. Then it's something about a briefing. Any other? Yeah. So Minister, those appear to be addressed to you and your comment, please.
Yes. Number one, I think these two messages they were sent to me coming from Mokgotsi, if I have some recollection of them. Now, I wouldn't have responded to both, and I think I never responded to both, simply because I didn't quite understand what he was referring to in the first one, talking about judgment and all of those. And it wasn't, or it wouldn't have been for the first time that Mokgotsi would send to you something that you wouldn't understand unless you sat down. And so he sent that, and I looked at that, and I didn't have quite a good understanding of what he was talking about. But I didn't inquire, I didn't follow up. I took it as one of the messages that he would send to you, and you would know what they are referring to. On the second one, although you have made them disappear, first message, I do remember well that those messages that he sent to me. I think I do have a recollection of me receiving them, but I didn't know what he was referring to in those messages either. If you could play them again, just to see message 1, 2, 3. I had no collection of what he was talking about, and I don't think I went back to him to inquire, what is it? What is this thing that you are talking about? It's the same as the message that was referred to by General Mkhwanazi of Mokgotsi, talking about me arriving in Lusikisiki, because I had not informed Mokgotsi, and I don't think there's any staff member who had informed him. And when General Mkhwanazi made mention of this, I thought that somewhere Brown Mokgotsi must have been sitting at home, looking at TV, seeing me alighting from the car, because it was played live. And he types a message to General Mkhwanazi to say, Minister is arriving, and General Mkhwanazi thinks that he is in Lusikisiki. I don't remember whatsoever Mokgotsi seeing him in Lusikisiki, and I wouldn't have known what he was there for. Okay. But TV, I mean, can be played, and we can research that to see if there was any face of it was a very serious matter, and they would have been seen somewhere by somebody that and so on. So he must have been typing this thing sitting at home somewhere, Minister is arriving, which was seen by everybody in the public. And a notice had been given the previous day that I would be in Lusikisiki, and it went to public. And so he must have been doing, because I've sort of concluded afterwards that he's quite a bit crafty in somehow.
Sorry, Minister, sorry to interrupt you. I need to just move a bit. So you confirmed that you did get this message from
if I recall very well, yeah. To the best of my ability, do
you have Mokgotsi's number on your phone?
Yes, I do.
So when he messaged you, you would...
Yes, I would see that it's Mokgotsi. This message comes from Mokgotsi. And I think I do remember these ones. But I didn't know.
This is I'm not so clued up about this, but this is apparently on Signal.
Pardon?
This is on Signal.
and WhatsApp, he would send those messages.
So, what is, and for your comment, but the one message that you see at the bottom of page 78 of EB7 is a message that is sent on the 31st of December at, is that 11:18 or 18:48?
18. That's
Yeah, it seems to be at 11:18 that you received a message. And of course, that's the same day on which you issued the directive on the 31st of December 2024. Is that a coincidence? Is there anything that one can read into that? That you were in Signal or WhatsApp contact with Mokgotsi on the 31st of December 2024 when you issued the directive?
Where is that message on the 31st?
There isn't a message. It's just a. It just shows. Well, as I can't go any further than what appears from the WhatsApp.
Where is it?
So maybe my question is this, and you can, if you can also confirm it, that on the 31st of December 2024,
I don't
you received
remember. I don't remember sending any message to Mokgotsi on the 31st, but unless I see it, I don't remember at all. And I think I was quite busy for the longest time on the 31st, writing the directives. I don't think I did, but let me see the message.